crazy. I wish I knew how to get the mics working.
Yeah, that was good for the aesthetic.
We got Chris Villa here.
What's up, dude?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Good, dude. I'm just glad we finally get to meet.
I know. I feel like we've been talking for quite a while now, probably a few years, at least 3 now. Like, whenever you dropped the Saint Tropez music video, that's when I was like hip to like, oh, Chris Villa's sick.
Yeah, thank you, dude. No, wait. Did we... How did we, like, connect initially? Like, I remember DMing you about something I can't really remember. It was like the... Were you doing, like, asset packs back then, too?
I probably was. I've been doing digital products since 2018-ish. So, definitely.
Yeah, damn. That's crazy. No, yeah, I remember. That's why when I hit you this morning, I was like, wait, we haven't met? That's crazy. It feels like we've...
Dude, I know it's so weird because, like, recently they just had a Grammy party here, and, like, I ran into people that I saw, like, that I've been Instagram DMing, and it's like, have we met before? Like, have we not? Like, it's a weird, like, dynamic when you've been talking to someone so long, like, on the internet. Yeah, I don't know. I first found you on the Saint Tropez music video, and then after that, pretty much every single music video has been fucking banger. So
thank you.
I know it always hasn't been that way. So let's go back to, like, kind of, like, how did you get started, like, either editing, filming? Like, where did you start, like, your creative, like, journey, I guess?
Shoot, dude. I could go back to, like, when I first started just, like, using a camera for more than just fun, I guess.
Sure. Well, actually, where was that first, like, initial spark? Like, were you just filming videos with your friends?
Dude, I've always loved, like, just making videos. I think I remember when I was, like, 9 or 10, I remember making a video on, like, my phone's iMovie when my dad was out of town.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, let me make a video. It was, like, snowing in Texas.
Yeah.
And me and my brothers, we all just made a video for fun and showed it to him because we missed him and stuff like that. Little stuff like that. I think ever since I was little, I just loved, you know, seeing what you can make with a camera or anything, you know what I mean? Even for, like, school and in high school for, like, class project, whenever there's a video, I'd be going overboard just to make it funny and stuff like that. But
that's cool. What age do you think that, like, that snowfall video was made at? Like, if you had to take a guess.
Shoot, dude, like 9, 10 maybe?
9 or 10. And how old are you now?
25.
Okay, damn. Yeah. So, like, 15-ish years. That's probably honestly around the time that I first, like, picked up a camera and I was, like, messing around with stuff too. So.
Yeah, dude, it was just like iMovie app on my phone and just like having fun with, like, the shitty transitions and stuff like that. But no, it was cool. I mean, ever since then, I always just loved doing it. I think I got my first, like, camera when I was maybe a freshman. I got, like, a GoPro. I saved up all summer and got a GoPro. Took it on, like, a family vacation, made a video, stuff like that. Little things like that just started, like, accumulating over time. And
yeah, that's just, like, such a common thing with people. They kind of, like, just, like, pick up for fun and then they kind of slowly transition, and it's like over time they're like, can I do this? Like, what was that first, like, spark where you were like, oh, I can get paid for something like this? Like, do you remember that, like, first time when you're like, it went from, like, hobby to, like, maybe, like, oh, I might be able to do this, like, and make some money?
Dude, I remember seeing my boy... have you ever met Sam Godley?
I haven't, no.
Shout out my boy Sam Godley. I think seeing what he did back in Texas with, like, way back in the day, taking pictures even for, like, people in high school, like, their senior pictures and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then charging, like, an absurd amount. Back then, it was, like, crazy to me that you could charge hundreds for, like, 15 pictures or something.
Uh-huh.
And my pictures, I mean, he probably took way better pictures. My pictures back then were, like, garbage. So it was just like, damn, I just hit a lick on someone for, like, $400 for, like, the most poorest quality, like, senior pictures. And then I think ever since then, you, like, start to realize, okay, wait, I mean, you could charge people for this. You could probably charge them for more. And then, dude, I used to spend, like, 24/7 just on YouTube watching, like, videos of people making a living out of, like, literally just making videos on YouTube. Like, what's Casey Neistat was one of them.
Yeah, I think that's how I got my spark too. Like, I was like, at first I saw, like, the first person be able to make a living. Like, I don't remember who it was, but, like, I saw someone make a living and I was like, they're an exception. Like, that's not possible. And then I saw, like, 2 or 3 more. I'm like, man, like, who's, like, what's different about these guys? And then, like, you start realizing not really anything. Like, they just consistently did something over and over again until they figured out a way to make it work.
Dude, yeah, no, consistency for sure. I think
it's so important.
Bro, I think I don't know. I mean, I just always, like, had fun with it. I used to just wake up at like 5 in the morning before class started at 8:30. I would drive from like where I live in Flower Mound or Highland Village in Texas. I would drive to downtown Dallas.
Yeah.
And just record like buildings and stuff like that and make like a
video. I've gone to like warehouses and like recorded like abandoned warehouses, or I've gone to like Chicago and recorded the buildings and stuff. That's so funny.
All those videos are deep in like the archive of Instagram that I would never show anybody, but it's just like
that's amazing.
The most whack edits. It's just like a 360 transition with the building or something.
I already know. Yeah, that's amazing. So like, funny enough, like you said, Saint Tropez Post Malone music video. I remember watching that like when it came out. I'd watch it like 5 or 6 times, like just like a day for some reason. Like I love the music,
really?
And I love the music video. So like I think initially like I didn't know who directed it, and then after like so long I was like, all right, I gotta figure out who like directed this because like this shit's fire. But anyways, that was your first music video, yeah?
Yeah.
Like there wasn't any music videos before that.
No, nothing. Maybe like some visualizer ideas, but not like a legit music video with a big camera like that. Like at the time for me, I didn't know what the fucking Alexa Mini was. Can I cuss on you?
Yeah.
Okay,
that's cool. Whatever you want.
I didn't know what an Alexa camera, whatever the brand is like. It's funny now because I just got one like literally 3 days ago.
Yeah, you just flew where?
To New Zealand.
New Zealand to pick up a camera. That's a flex.
Yeah. It's like a little crazier story we'll get into.
Yeah.
But there's a little bit of backstory. I used to do a lot of work for Dre London.
Okay.
I don't know if you know him.
No, I'm not familiar.
He would work with Post Malone. He's his manager, and then at some point, I think we were in France on tour because that's what I was doing, all like the video stuff for Posty, and we were in France, and then like one morning, Dre London was like, "Yo, tomorrow you're gonna shoot a music video." I was like, "Wait, what?" Like I've never.
That's crazy.
Done one.
Yeah.
At the time, all I was doing was just BTS or like archival shooting, just like recording everything. Nothing would ever get posted, like if it wants to be used for
Dude, that's nuts.
A doc one day or something, and then like he's like, "Yeah, tomorrow you're gonna shoot something." I'm like, "Oh God." So I remember in France though, we had only had, I think it was like a Black Magic or something, and a gimbal, and we were just shooting what you see, the parts where like you could clearly tell it's like difference in quality. It's like the when he's in front of like those old school cars in France, in front of like a fountain, I think it was. I gotta watch it again, but
yeah,
all that stuff was in France, and then we ended up coming back to the States, and he still lives in Utah at the time. He was like, "Yo, we're gonna finish the rest of the video in Utah," and that's when we actually used like a real camera.
You can tell that's like high quality. Yeah.
It was crazy for me, dude, because I was so excited but just like nervous because the fact I didn't say no, that like I never knew I could do it. I just said, "Yeah, I'm down. Let's do it." But I remember like flying to Utah, YouTubing like, what is an Alexa Mini? What is this? What's an AC?
Yeah.
All this stuff. What's a Steadicam? And then like
right before you're shooting.
Yeah, no, literally like I think we pulled up to his house and I'm watching stuff in Posty's living room, like how to direct.
Bro, I can't even imagine the nerves.
Bro, I was so nervous. That's why looking back at it, like, it's funny, like, you love that video. For me, I look at it now, it's just like, I don't know.
Bro, I would never have guessed first music video. Like, like you had like a pretty solid team around you too that like kind of helped out, or was it?
I never met the guys. It was
really?
All like random people. I think, I'm trying to remember who produced that. I can't remember his name. It's like Andrew Listerman, I think.
Okay.
I gotta look it. I don't want to butcher his name, but
sure.
He, I guess, Riveting. It was like Riveting Entertainment. That's what it was.
Okay.
They, I guess, put together some guys because I think they worked with Dre London a lot at the time, and they put together like a skeleton crew of people. It was like me, an AC, a Steadicam guy. I think like another person, but we were just like going around Utah shooting stuff, and then I think that they were just coming up with ideas and stuff like that.
So it was kind of almost a running gun. It was like borderline, you know what I mean? Like you guys had visions, but like it wasn't set in stone. Like this is what the shot we're getting here. This is the shot.
There was like some setups, but it was like pretty much run and gun because I think Posty just was like in his own world and like playing video games and stuff. And then when he was ready, we would go out and like have the cars lined up already for him to perform and stuff.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So that's a sick opportunity that you hopped on, but I'm sure like that opportunity doesn't just present itself. So like run us back a little bit of like how did you first get in contact with Drake London, and like what was like the path you took to put yourself in that position to get that opportunity? Because there's plenty of editors and directors out here that like they're like, dude, I would kill for that opportunity. Yeah. And I'm sure it wasn't just one day you're walking on the street, yo, let's shoot a post. Like you put yourself in positions where you're around those right people, then you're actually given that opportunity.
Dude, yeah, I think putting yourself out there, like I originally was in college for like something completely unrelated. I was in like nursing school. Yeah. Like it's weird thinking about it now. I was in there because my mom wanted me to be a nurse so bad, but I had like a year left to finish my bachelor's in nursing at UTA, and then I think there was a summer I saved up to buy like a Nikon camera, and for like a whole year I was just like shooting with it, like going to Dallas, like I was saying, and then just like I remember a couple times I was sneaking into like I think it was like a NBA YoungBoy show with a couple of friends, and then after that I like spammed like this one EDM group duo autograph. Okay. And I was like, can I shoot for you guys, blah blah. It was like at Trees Dallas, and then it's little stuff like that basically. And then like the third time I shot for an artist, his name was Tally Yahweh, and I basically spammed anybody that he was connected to. Like I looked up on Google, I was like who's Tally Yahweh's manager, blah blah blah, and then it showed like some random like it was probably a scam. It was like you have to unlock this to pay for.
Oh yeah, I know those websites.
So it was just like stuff like that, but somehow I found this guy, his name was Tez. Or his name's Tez, and then he was Tyler's manager. Or he is Tyler's manager. I don't know why I'm speaking in past tense, but he's Tyler's manager. And then I remember hitting him on Instagram. It was around the very first Posty Fest, and I was like, "Yo, could I shoot for Tyler? I'll give you guys a video, blah blah." I don't remember exactly what I said. I got to bring it up, but I basically hit him up the first time, got ghosted after like he said I was good to shoot. I was in Texas Tech for like visiting a friend with one of my best friends, Hunter. Okay. And we were visiting a friend in Tech, and then on my way back, like halfway through the drive from Lubbock, he basically ghosted us and was like, I don't know. He said we couldn't shoot anymore, but after that, like time goes by. Dude, I'm terrible at telling stories.
No, dude, like I'm following. It's good.
Time goes by, and then I see that he's opening for Young Pinch. Have you heard of Young Pinch?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
He was opening for Young Pinch. I saw it on Spotify because it'll show you like artists coming near you.
Oh, like the tour stuff?
Yeah. Okay. So it said like Tyler Yahweh, and then I looked it up, and it was like, opening for Young Pinch. So then I was like, all right, I'm gonna just give this a shot again. So I spammed Tez again, and I was like, yo, whenever you guys come to Dallas, let me know if you need a ride from the airport. Yeah. Or like, I just really want to shoot for you guys. And then ironically, he like said, yeah. He was like, yo, yeah, we do need a ride. Could you pick us up? I picked him up from the airport. That turned into driving them to like a radio station interview that he had. Took them to their hotel. Basically just took them anywhere they were telling me to go. I was like their little personal Uber, and then
the driver.
Yeah, took him to the show at the end of the night, shot a video for them, and then gave it to them the next morning. This was all during finals week in nursing. Yeah. Gave it to them. They loved it, and didn't hear from them at all. And then like a few months go by, and I see that he's opening up for Post Malone in New York. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like I have to do what I can to get there. Yeah. It was 2 shows, one on New Year's Eve, and then the one before that, I think the 30th and the 31st.
Okay. Real quick interruption to the pod. If you're enjoying it, it would mean a lot to me if you could take a second and send this podcast to one of your friends or post it on your Instagram story. It really helps out. Share the message. But back to the pod.
All I had money for was to go for like the 30th, like just get a hotel that one day and buy my flight for just like that one. It was like
just the one way.
Yeah. Whoa. Well, no, not one way. It was like get a flight from the 29th to the 31st, because up until then I had never missed a New Year's with my family, so I was like, I have to be back by New Year's, like the actual New Year's. So I hit him up. I was like, yo, if I go to New York, I'll get my hotel, I'll get my flight, can you just let me shoot for you guys and get me into the concert? And looking back, it's pretty crazy that I put up like my own money and stuff for all that, because I remember spending literally my last dollar on a flight, and then my dad helped me get a hotel for just one day.
Yeah.
And then they let me go there. I shot for them. I remember shooting like the first 3 songs for Post Malone before getting kicked out by Loke, like his security guy.
Yeah.
And then made a video for both of them with what I had, and gave it to them the next day. And then like a couple months go by, and I get a 3-way call with Tez and Tyler's manager and Dre London, Posty's manager, and they're like, move to LA, come shoot for us, come work for us. And I remember I had just gotten my grades back from the finals.
Yeah.
And I passed by like literally like 0.05 I passed. So I was like,
yeah.
A batch was in nursing, which sucked because I was already in clinicals, like wiping like old people's ass.
Yeah.
Or like an opportunity of a lifetime. So I was like, all right, school will be here if I want to go back. But no, I just took the opportunity, packed everything I could in my brother's Kia Forte, and drove to LA. And then like a month later, we were on a Europe tour. A month after that, it was like Australia tour. Then I think we did like a big USA leg, and then another USA leg, and then COVID hit, and then
wow,
a whole bunch of like stuff in between. Obviously, I'm like paraphrasing it like crazy.
Yeah, bro, I love that story so much because like not only the first time you got ghosted, but then you went out and like drove around. Like there's so much persistence there that I think a lot of people like can really learn from. Like even you putting up your own last dollar to like literally get to a place to shoot stuff for free. Yeah. Like think about like you wouldn't have a Post Malone video if you didn't do all those previous things that like a lot of people aren't willing to do.
Dude,
like,
you really have to put yourself out there.
Yeah.
I remember walking in Times Square with my carry-on because I didn't have the hotel for the next day. I just got it for the night of the 30th.
Yeah.
And my flight was the 31st, I think later in the day, like 6 p.m. or something like that.
Okay.
So I was like, well, I have no hotel. I already checked out at 10 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
I was just walking around Times Square. I was like, dude, I feel like this is going to be huge. I don't know. Something felt really good about it.
Yeah.
And looking back, dude, it's just like, I don't know, crazy to think about that story. I haven't thought about it in a while, but...
Bro, I love stories like that because it's like, that's why I love this podcast. It's shining light on stories that like you wouldn't see because like there's not really like much talk about like the process for like editors or directors and stuff. Like I feel like the only notable one in the music video scene right now is like Cole. Like he's the only one that's gone on podcasts and like actually shared his story and stuff, and like people know that, and it's so inspiring.
Yeah.
But there's so many people that are in similar positions doing similar things that have different and unique stories that they can share and inspire people.
Yeah.
And it's like it's so cool to like hear that. And I think another thing that I picked up on while you were talking was like you would always say you got it done the next day. And that's that's a huge thing for clients. Like the timeline, like getting it to them the next day instead of like waiting 5 days and sending it is so massive.
I think it's a tricky situation because like if you present yourself as delivering so quick for everything, like they're gonna expect that every time. So it's like hard to you gotta like pick and choose what you put your efforts into. Like obviously like hustle, you know what I mean? But I think nowadays I maybe wouldn't, do something and deliver it right away unless it's the right opportunity, because now people just like expect you to.
Well, now you kind of have you kind of have that catalog, and you kind of have the luxury to do that. It feels like, you know what I mean? Like you're a little bit more respected in the space now. People have seen your work and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So now you kind of have that. But like starting out, like if you're just shooting like something for free, you know how many people want to go shoot something for Post Malone for free? Like if
Dude,
I feel like,
you know
what I mean? Like getting it that next day early on is really important. I feel like.
Yeah, no, I think starting out, sorry to cut you off. Starting out, definitely like grind your ass off.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, until you can just like, bro, deliver everything quick. Do whatever you can to like connect with people and prove that you have some sort of value to them.
Yeah.
Because I think that's what they like, that I delivered it super quick. I was like carrying boxes around the arena. I think it was the Barclays Arena. I was carrying boxes around with Bobby, his creative director. I was just making myself useful. Like you don't want to be that weird videographer in the corner of the room that's like super awkward. Like you want to make yourself valuable and like, personable with people. I think that's what got me far too, is like I can be in a room and not make an artist feel like, yo, who's this weird kid with the backpack in the corner of the room, just like making everybody feel so awkward.
Yeah.
So I think it's just like really grind and deliver stuff quick. I think definitely just like in the beginning, do whatever you can to just prove yourself that you're worth,
Well, it's funny enough, like the podcast is called Editor Pass. You know, I talk about like editing in specific, but it seems like all the editors that are successful aren't just editors, right? Like a lot of times it's just a portion of the process. Because like the guys that I just talked to at Young LA, they're also out filming. And I think one thing that's so huge about the filming thing, and it forces you to be in person with the people and actually talk and network and conversate.
Yeah.
And if like you're a likable dude, and like if you are, and you're able to connect, like people want you around to work with them more and more. So that's like such a huge part of the process, is like you said, make yourself useful.
Yeah. Don't
be that awkward dude in the corner. All these little things, like it's easier to go further faster if you're actually in the room with people.
Dude, I think that's huge. I was talking to a couple of my friends that are in the same space and doing big videos and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. It's like, bro, there's people we know that are like, they're a million times better than me, but you put them in a room and they're just like awkward and quiet, and like, or like they have a bad attitude with like label reps and stuff like that. It's just like, dude, I think more than 50% of this game is like just being cool with people.
Absolutely.
You know, like your personality and just like being a hustler and staying humble and stuff like that. And then the rest is just like skill. But there's people that aren't as great, but are just so connected in the space. They're just like, bro, everybody wants to work with you because he's just a great person. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like, you know it too. Like, you see sometimes some of these big artists, they drop a music video and you're like, bro, what's that? Like, you're like, that's crazy. But like, the reason that director or editor got that placement was because they were probably tapped in and friends with people and cool and all that stuff. So it's like, if you got the editing and directing side on lock, all you have to do now is just go network and go talk to people and be a cool guy. Yeah. Which I know for some editors and stuff is a little hard, because it is hard to get like in front of the camera. Like, if you look back at some of my first tutorials and stuff, bro, I'm literally scared of the camera.
It's my first time
being
in front of camera.
Yeah, it's something that like is awkward at first, but like to grow that brand and stuff, like it is important to not only be behind the camera and behind the scenes, but also like go out to talk to people and get in front of the camera and expose yourself, put yourself in uncomfortable positions. That way you can like force yourself to level up. It's not like you're going to become from like the shy editor that's been in his like room all day to like this like outgoing superstar overnight, but like there's a process you can take to get there.
No, I mean, dude, I'm still learning it. Like, I this is my first time leaving my garage in a minute. Like, I tell you all the time, dude, I'm just locked in my house, just doing nothing but writing treatments, editing, or just watching movies. And it's like, bro, you got to put yourself out there. I'm still learning too, so I can't even say that, you know, I'm perfect at it. There's videos that I've done that are complete garbage too, and it's just always like a learning process of like, all right, this year I'm going to put myself towards like meeting new people, networking with more people in the game, and then just like focusing on the craft a little bit more and stuff like that. So like, you really have to put yourself out there. You don't want to be that like awkward editor that's like hard to talk to, like, bro, because you have to work with people at some point. You gotta like, even if you do only edit, you're gonna be on some phone calls with directors, and like you gotta be cool about it. So I don't know. And
it's easier to get those editing gigs when you're also like in front of people. Like, you know, it comes with that, like, it's part of the game. Like, if you want to be just an editor, chances are you're probably still going to have to like move around the country and like link up with people, even if you're just still on the editing side.
Yeah, like
at that point you might as well pick up the camera and start like learning or whatever. But like it is going to be beneficial that way. And like speaking to you, like getting out of your comfort zone and stuff, like you had every reason to not come here. It's like terrible weather in LA, bro. It's been raining like literally like nonstop for at least 24 hours. Like, it's like there's like mudslides, all this stuff. Like, I think I saw a video of like San Diego, like literally like,
dude, it's
crazy
underwater right now. San Diego, Huntington. I was just watching TikToks of Huntington.
Yeah,
the cars are literally, it's just the hood showing,
bro,
or the roof of the car just showing, and everything's else underwater.
Terrible. But
yeah, dude,
I appreciate you making the effort out here too. Like that's a huge thing. But I kind of want to touch on like, what is the process like? A lot of these people are really curious about like, what's the process of like working with these major artists now? Like, do you hit up a Post Malone, or like you're like, hey, I got a treatment for you? Are you going to the label with that? Are you going to the manager with that? Like, what's the process from like maybe A to Z to like kind of like get a music video nowadays for you?
It depends, dude. I mean, like with the Post Malone situation, I'm very blessed to still be connected with the team, and everybody on his team is great. Bobby, you know, like I think recently I just went to Nashville and shot some like stuff for him, and then they were like, "Yo, let's shoot a music video tomorrow," and we shot some run and gun stuff. But everybody at his team is great. But for like someone that I don't know directly, it depends. Sometimes it'll be through a label commissioner or like DMing an artist and just like shooting my shot still. It's like I don't feel like I'm big enough yet to be like my friend Gibson, where he could just get anybody he wanted to, because he's amazing. But I think at one point, until I get there, it's just like same as everybody else, just like putting myself out there. Just
with different avenue, whatever avenue you can get to someone is basically the whole thing. Yeah,
like label commissioners, I think are a big one. They'll just send a brief over to a bunch of directors, and you just kind of pitch on it and see if you win the treatment.
That's cool. So a lot of the times you're saying a label commissioner sends something out to you like, hey, this artist wants to do this record, and then like they'll send it to a bunch of directors, and then you kind of like do your pitch as a treatment.
Yeah. Sometimes it's pretty crazy. Like some label commissioners, I feel like will send it to 20 directors, which like sucks because you're literally pitching against so many cool people.
Yeah.
But if something lands, then you start to build up a little bit of a better relationship with that commissioner, and you could just hit them and be like, yo, let's fucking work on something. Like I know a buddy of mine who's a commissioner at a label. It's like we've gotten a little bit closer to where I could just, hit him up and say, yo, like, you have anything I could pitch on?
Yeah.
And then he'll send over a brief. It's not always single bids. It's like you have to keep fighting for like,
wow.
Yeah, dude, it's until I get there, until I'm making like $1 million videos, it's gonna be that, which I'm totally okay with that grind, dude.
It's part of the game. Like, I feel like the music video space is one of like the hardest to really like get to the top. It's a very competitive spot. There's so much. There's so many editors and stuff doing stuff for free. There's like, it's one of those industries where like I feel like a lot of the stuff, like you get cut out a lot of like the budget.
Dude,
like
budgets, it's crazy. For me at least, it feels like music videos are on a decline just because like I'm not big enough to like be making, these like 6-figure plus videos all the time. Like I'm pitching on smaller videos still because I don't mind just like getting better at making stuff. Like I want to
the whole process.
Put myself to that this year of like making better videos than I have. But dude, it's just crazy. Like music videos for me are on like the decline right now. Even talking to a commissioner friend of mine who was saying the same thing. But just like the whole space, I don't know, with like TikTok and everything, it's just like
it's weird because I feel like I feel you on that, but also at the same time, it's like as an artist to like get some traction nowadays, it almost feels like you do need music videos. So, like there's like maybe not like at the top level, but I feel like there's a lot of like up and coming artists that like just need so much. Like there's just like so much content that needs to be put
content,
out.
Bro. I think
it's not only just music videos. It's like the TikToks and the vlogs and just like all these random content things.
Bro, because nowadays even my own attention span is like if the first like 30 seconds of the video aren't good, I'm like, all right, I don't need to watch this. I'll just go to Spotify and listen to it.
Bro, isn't that crazy? Like you put in so much effort for like these music videos, and there's so many people that'll click on it and they'll watch like 15 seconds and just like click off.
Bro, it's crazy. It's crazy to think that that's what's happening with like anything I make too. Is like I don't expect anybody to stop their day and watch 4 minutes of something that I put a lot of like effort and stuff into, that nobody knows the backstory on any video you do. Like they'll just see what you put out, even if it was like this last video I did. It was supposed to be a 4 or 5 day shoot on paper.
Yeah.
But we did it in 2 days. It was the Key Glock video.
Dude, so fire, by the way.
Thank you,
like,
dude.
I was just going to say, like, I'm one of those people that, like, when you drop something, I stop to, like, watch the thing. No matter what the artist is. It doesn't have to be, like,
dude.
So.
Yeah, that means a lot.
I think you are building that community of people that will do that. So that's, like, big respect for that.
Thank you, dude. That's a big goal of mine this year, is to get better. I think that was, like, a bigger video that I was allowed to do by like Key Glock and his team and my boy Harrison, who's connected me with all of them. But like you put together that, and it's like supposed to be 4 or 5 days on paper, and we did it in 2, and there's like so much shit that didn't get shot, and like so many things that could have been better with the edit, but we just didn't have enough footage. So it's like at the end of the day, nobody cares when they watch it. Like they expect, oh, you had $1 million budget and just like this is what you made. It's like we didn't have a fraction of that million or anything. So we're dealing with like so many different factors that
Yeah.
nobody cares about. So it's like, I don't know.
It's crazy because like being in the music video space, like I can appreciate like those little things that like maybe the average viewer won't pick up on, but it's funny to think like maybe just a Key Glock fan or whatever like watches that video and it's like, that's a cool video, and like just goes on with their day. Like it's crazy because like that's like the another part of the audience that you have to deal with, the people that like don't know, oh, like how many day budget or like what was the budget, how many days could they shoot, like the 3D, like figuring out everything about it. Like I still don't fully understand, so like it's hard for me to fully appreciate, but like I have maybe a little bit better of an understanding than like just the average like music fan or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like it's cool that you're still able to like make everything work with that.
Dude, it's a learning process. Like, if you would have told me 4 years ago that I'd be directing like a whole crew of people on shooting a music video for like a big rap artist, I wouldn't even believe you because I didn't know anything. Like, it's a constant learning process. Like, even from the very first video I did where I'm literally YouTube searching how to direct.
Yeah.
And I'm getting like random like videos of like 50-year-old dudes with like those like French hats and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Like teaching you how to direct. I'm like, I don't even know if I should be listening to this guy, but I don't know, just stuff like that. Over time you just start learning, and then you put yourself in these situations where you're forced to learn. Like, I remember Dre London was like, I told him I had never directed a music video, and he was like, I forget exactly what he said. It's like something throwing you in the deep end of the ocean. You just gotta learn how to swim.
Yeah.
So it's just like, that's pretty much what I've been doing for this whole time, and now I'm getting to a point where like, all right, I want to start focusing on my craft better. And
yeah, I mean that's one thing that like you just learn from experience. Like that's like a huge thing, especially like in the space we're in now. It's like most of these music video directors, editors, not even just music videos, just editors and directors in general, most of them aren't going to film school. Most of them aren't like, they're not ready for their project the first time they do like whatever. It's just like they kind of just like are out there. They're a little awkward the first time trying to figure it out, whatever. But like if you put yourself in those positions, you're just going to learn over time. Or fail. One of the two. So like either way you're gonna
gets canned.
Yeah, exactly. You're gonna figure out whatever. But I think that's really important. Like there's never like a time where you're like, oh, I'm 100% comfortable doing this. Like,
no, never.
Like,
dude.
you know what I mean? Like, there's always going to be that next step. Like, there's going to be something on set that you're not used to, or a budget that you're not used to, or an artist that's like this superstar. Like, there's always going to be like these different things that are going to disrupt your like comfortability on set. But at the same time, I'm sure nowadays you're a lot more comfortable than that first Post Malone video.
Dude, yeah, definitely. I feel more in my element now than I was back then, or like doing videos now. I'm like starting to get a better process of what helps me on set and stuff like that. But there's still times like on the Key Glock one where I remember after we were done shooting, bro, I got sick. I felt because I was like just so stressed the whole time, like trying to make sure. Because, bro, if at the end of the day the video looks bad, it's on you and maybe the producer, but not really, because it's like your idea, your execution of it, and how you tell people, you know, your vision. Like you have to translate it well. And dude, I was just so stressed that it wasn't gonna be what it was, and like if I showed you the first version of the edit, dude, you'd laugh. Like you'd think the video was gonna get just canned and not be out, but then you kind of have to just kind of get like, you know, creative with ideas, and that's when I started like coming up with more VFX ideas and stuff like that, and figuring out how we could edit it together with Del and Kenny, who are amazing editors. So yeah, I mean, it's just a constant learning process, really. That's
amazing. Do you feel on the projects that have higher budgets, is there more of a pressure on you as a director just because of the number that's going into this project more, or does it not really like factor into like your pressure?
I think definitely, dude. Like the Key Glock one was a bigger budget one. I did a video a while ago for Tyler that was bigger than this Key Glock budget one, and I don't think it's a better video. Yeah. But I won't say which one just because like I don't want people to look it up and compare. But I did one that was bigger than this Key Glock budget, and when I tell you, dude, I was the most stressed I had ever been. Yeah. We had like one day to shoot so much shit that we didn't get like half of it done, and the video was it ended up just looking kind of like run and gun. It's just like there's definitely more pressure when the budget gets way bigger, but yeah, I'm trying to get better so that there's literally no pressure. Like the creative is all
it's the main focus.
Yeah. like everything's storyboarded down, shot listed, and stuff like that. So,
Are you comfortable saying any budgets? You don't have to say the project name, but like, are you comfortable sharing budgets of like stuff you've worked on before? Just like so people can like get an understanding of like.
Yeah, dude, there was like the damn. I'm trying to think if I could say the key lock one. I'll just say a different one. There was like a 160K budget one.
Sheesh. And like, where is that money allocated? Like, what like I
A
just
whole
like
village of people.
yeah,
dude. It's
exactly, yeah.
Like, I don't think I see like even half that. It's
Yeah.
like I could get technical and tell you all these things, but it's basically, you know, you got your like main, what is it, top line or top sheet of people. It's like the director, producer, line producer.
Yeah.
So it's like the producer is overseeing everything. Like if you need a helicopter on set, he's the guy calling helicopter
That's
people
crazy.
and like
Yeah.
trying to get something on set, and the line producer will make sure that shit's getting driven to the place, and like then you got like set designers, art people, you got the DP, a Steadicam guy if you have one. You got like a whole G&E crew who does like all the lighting, electric, stuff like that.
That's so cool.
So it's like an entire village of people that are specifically there for your like creative ideas. It's pretty crazy. But
So is the 160K the biggest budget you've ever worked with?
no, the ASAP Rocky one was way bigger, but I don't remember exactly what number that one was.
Sure.
Trying to think. The Uzi one was bigger, but I just worked on that one and helped to get
Just Wanna Rock?
Yeah, Gibson directed that one though, and I was
Such
just,
a sick video, by the way.
dude, it's crazy. Gibson's a huge inspiration, I think.
Bro, so talented.
Yeah, dude.
So talented.
It's crazy. But I just helped edit and then helped shoot a little bit on set. I wasn't directing, so I couldn't say that was my...
Were you there, like, in the New York scene?
Yeah.
Fucking crazy, dude.
Dude,
Like, what was that like? What was it like being there like?
It was crazy, dude. I think there was, dude, like, all the riot stuff that you see in the video is, like, all real. Like, people jumping over cars and stuff like that.
Fuck, that's crazy.
I think the first half of the day we were shooting in, like, a warehouse or something. That was pretty cool. He had, like, a bunch of, like, Jersey guys.
The dancing parts or whatever?
Yeah. There's, I forget the name of their crew, but they were all just dancing in there. I think Kai Cenat was there, too. And I remember connecting him with my boy Oliver, who helped put all that together, too. Because I had just done, like, a trailer for, like, Polo G's song that was coming out. And
they
wanted...
What's that name?
Distraction?
Yeah, Distraction.
Yeah.
Wait, you did the trailer for it?
Mm-hmm, the trailer.
Super fire.
Not the music video, the trailer with the...
Where the headphones.
Yeah.
That's so hard. I didn't even know.
We put that together in like 12 hours. Like, it was,
really?
Yeah. Dude, it's crazy. I saw his, the commissioner over there is like, he gave us the brief and then was like, I need this done tomorrow. And we're like, bro, what? Like, and me and my boy Locke, who helped me produce it, we just like put an idea together. Because they had already come with like the general idea. They wanted it to be like, oh, he hears a sound and it's like the little snippet of the intro.
Yeah.
And he's got to be doing like mundane things in his life. And then I was like, all right, bro, let's just put together these ideas, put a treatment together, landed it, got the budget approved, and then shot everything the next day. I think Kai flew in from Vegas that morning.
Such a genius, like, trailer. Because, like, when are you really, like, that was, like, one of the, the music video trailers that you watch, but, like, when are you watching, like, a trailer, really? I feel like it's hard to get someone to watch a trailer, and that was, like, an entertaining, like, funny one, like, he's vacuuming and stuff, like, yeah.
That was fun, dude. It was, like, a cool little quick idea. I think trailers are becoming a more prominent thing now. Like, Gibson, for example, dude, he puts out some crazy fucking trailers, like that one Uzi one he just did.
Yeah.
And then, or the one before that too, dude. It's like so much time and effort and creativity put into a product that shows like
something that's just like, this is coming soon.
yeah, exactly. That's why I love when artists are down to do that though, because it shows that they care. It's not just like, find me a director, let's shoot a video that I'm gonna be 5 hours late to, don't really care about it, and I'm just here performing the lyrics. It's
how often is that the case where like you can tell the artist doesn't want to be there on set and like
I think like 90% of the time.
For real?
Dude, yeah, I think
that's sad.
It is, and like you kind of respect it though. It's like they've put so much time and effort into building their brand and stuff. It's like they could do whatever they want. You know, they're employing you at the end of the day. It's like,
Sure.
So I never get mad at it, or I never have any type of like bad thoughts about it. It's just like it just makes it better when you work with someone.
Yeah, I can only
that's,
imagine
so
like if they're
involved.
just hyped to film and like
Yeah.
you know like there's a collaboration instead of like you're just telling them what to do and they're like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Like you can like almost tell sometimes in some projects when like an artist is having a good time and when they're not.
Yeah, dude, like the recent thing I did in Nashville with Posty, dude, he was just steering the ship, dude. It was like is that what it is? Conning the ship? Did you watch Danny Duncan where it's like you don't drive a boat, you con it or something?
Oh no, I haven't seen that close. Funny though.
No, but he was just kind of like guiding everything. He was just drinking beers and stuff, and he was like, "Wait, what if we like made the police car or whatever it is like extended like 50 feet long, and then I'm performing here?" It's like, dude, I love when videos are like that. It's like you're
That's so sick.
collaborating with the artist. You know?
Yeah. Because like when that hasn't come out yet, right?
No.
When that comes out, like you're gonna be able to tell that like it was like a fun process and all that stuff.
Dude, yeah, the energy will read right through the camera. I think
Yeah.
it's like any video I've done with him in it, he's always like, if he's having fun with it, he's super involved and, you know, having fun performing and stuff like that. And there's been videos where I do that. I'll be like explaining the idea and you kind of just talking to a wall.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like you gotta expect that working with certain rappers and stuff at a level that like you can't really be mad at. You know what I mean?
So not only are you doing music videos, but you also have a brand like Kids Never Grow Old, right?
Yeah.
So like what's like the process on that? I think that's super cool, like directors and editors having different like streams of income and just like building something that's like larger than just the content themselves. Like real quick interruption to the pod. I want to take a second and let you guys know about Creator Pass. It's my private community where I teach creators how to grow a personal brand while selling digital products. That way they can make passive income. There's a course, 2 weekly live calls with me personally, and a bunch more value inside. I'll have the link down below. See you inside. Talk to me about that. Like what's the vision behind that? How'd that get started?
It was just like a little side quest thing of like, I want to have a shot at like, you know, making clothes or hats and stuff, which I'm like kind of just slowly just diffusing to like just be like production stuff on the side. Cause
Yeah.
bro, it's such a pain to get clothes or anything made, dude. So I was just like, all right, I got to focus on directing or like getting better at what I want to do.
Sure.
Instead of like, you know, I'll put that on the side for a little bit. And
Bro, I love the hats.
No, yeah, dude.
I love
thank you,
hats.
dude. Bro, you've been wearing them too. Thank you for the support, bro.
No, thank you, bro. They're fire.
Yeah, thank you. Then, but yeah, no, I mean, I have that on the side, and it's just like, I see you building your brand too. And it's just like stuff like that. I feel like we could do whatever we want, but we can, you know, be a director one day, or like make fucking random hats the other day that, you know, people fuck with and stuff like that.
Exactly.
And, you know, eventually down the line I'll like put more effort into it, but I think now I just want to like focus on like really getting like better at this and hopefully being the best one day. You know what I mean?
I saw that Future was wearing that in that Eladia Cardone music video. Is that how you say his name?
I don't even remember. I don't remember the main artist name. I just remember seeing him.
How does that get to him? So he's wearing it in a music video. Like what's that process? Is that
my
accident
boy,
or
my boy Chris Archueta. I don't know if I'm saying his last name right, but he's the homie, and I remember sending him hats, and it kind of goes back to like putting myself out there with like Tez and stuff like that. Like, he's a homie now, but at the time I didn't really know him. We just followed each other, and he was trying to get me to do a video for like a different artist he was producing for a while ago. So we just kept in touch, and then now he does more like day-to-day stuff for Future, like all the creative work, I think. And I remember sending him hats, and I sent him 2 boxes, like hats for him and hats for just like anybody. And I was just like, you know, if it lands on Future, cool. If it lands on any of his friends, it's like, I have so many hats that I ordered. It's just like, all right, send them to everybody. I just wanted to get around, and like a couple months go by, and he sends me a picture with him wearing the hat. I'm like, what? This is crazy. I remember I was at a bar with my boy Kato and Gibson, and I think couple other friends there. I showed him. I was like, wait, what? This is crazy. He's wearing the hat, the white hat. But yeah, no, I mean, it's just kind of organically, I guess.
That's sick, and like that just shows that like you have a good way of like talking and being friends with people and friendly, because like your friend that got the hats could easily just never, like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, like, if you didn't have a good relationship with him, he could easily just not given it.
Which I totally would have been fine with.
Yeah, exactly.
I never send anybody stuff or do something and expect something in return, because at that point you just kind of feel like you're using people in a certain way. So I was just like, I'll send them to him, and if they get to like anybody cool, that's like the more the better. Like, it's just because I know he was tapped in with a lot of cool people, and it was just like, that was the homie, so I didn't mind at all. I could have sent him 50 hats and been okay with losing all of them.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
But that's just the power of just being genuine and like really caring about your craft too, because like you can tell that the hats have a sick design and like all these things. Like, there's a lot of little things, like if you would have skimped on like the production quality of the hats, maybe it wouldn't have got to him. If you wouldn't have been like as cool to your friend, like maybe it wouldn't have got to. There's so many things that like if you're just a genuine person and like care about what you're doing, all these things line up. Like, stuff just kind of works out for you more so than it doesn't.
Yeah, no,
which is super
definitely,
cool.
dude, definitely. I think that's also part of the reason why I stopped making them, was because I was like too stressed out with like finding the right person out here, and then there's so many complications with like getting stuff made and it not being on time and wasting money. It was just so stressful. I was like, all right, I gotta focus on making good videos that, you know, are gonna better my career and what I'm actually out here to do. You know what I mean?
That's amazing. So what's like the long-term vision, like the 5-10 year vision? Or you just want to crush the music video scene, or are you trying to do short films, or is there like a vision, or are you kind of just out here just doing what you're doing?
Dude, there's so many things I want to, like, I think I have 5 years left till I'm 30, so I want to be 30 under 30 one day. And I mean, at least what's a 5-year vision, and then make a short film. I'm working on like doing that this year. I want to shoot something before half the year ends, and I just got a camera to like be able to do whatever I want. Not that you need the camera I got, but I feel like it'll motivate me more to shoot short films and stuff like that. Just writing more, and then 10-year vision, maybe win an Oscar by then, like make a movie, something like that.
That's super sick, dude. Well, let me ask, I like asking all of my guests, like what is one action step that someone behind the camera, editor or director, can take to get closer if they wanted to do something similar to you? Like, what's one thing that they can do today that will get them closer to, you know, being able to shoot big music videos or whatever it is?
Dude, spam every artist's team. Like, anybody that you think is connected to them, hit them up and ask them if you could shoot for them. Because, like, a lot of people will just, they get a camera, they think they're good at editing, and then expect shit to just come to them. Yeah. And it's something I struggle with myself, where I'm, like, at a point right now where I'm getting ready to just, like, spam every commissioner that I know with a new portfolio and everything, and just try and get, like, new work in. I would say just, like, one, go shoot stuff that you have fun doing. Two, just like hit up everybody that you think is connected to an artist, if that's what you want to do, like work with artists and make music videos. Make a music video for a smaller artist that won't have a budget, but like you're doing it because you're doing it to like get better at the craft and stuff like that. Yeah,
and you have to have that portfolio built up. And then like I like that you said like not only the artists but like the managers, and like do the detective work. Make it like
friends, like anybody in their circle that is doing, like, is taking, like, if you see someone that has took a picture with them and is in there tagged, stuff like that, go look them up, hit them up, get close to them in a way where it's, I hate to say, like, don't climb the ladder of, like, stuff like that. Like, connect with people in a genuine way where stuff comes easily. Don't, like, hit up someone's friend and then be like, yo, can I shoot a video for this artist if I do something for you? Like, don't ever do that. Like, connect with someone first and let it come organically. Like, you'll soon realize, like, shit just comes so natural when you are super genuine with people and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
I totally see it. Like, and like one thing that like for me, like I've been friends with so many directors and editors over the course of time just for making YouTube tutorials, and like now that I'm finally starting up a podcast, like we've just been like you know, I show support to their work or whatever, and like now it's like it just seems like they're a lot more likely to, like, you know, throw me a bone and come on my podcast, even though like there hasn't been any episodes out. Like, you just came out, like, you know, this could like go nowhere, but like I like just being genuine, like, because I didn't have the intent when I first reached out to you and be like, yo, that music video was sick, that like 3 years later I'd be like, yo, dude, come on my podcast. But like I think if you just genuinely like people's work and like want to support them, that like when it comes a long time for them to like help you out, they're just more likely to do it. Yeah, and if they don't, oh well, like you have a good friend.
Yeah, no, exactly. Never just connect with somebody to get something out of them and only work towards getting that whatever you want out of them. Like, connect with someone, become their friend first, and then if something comes out of it, cool.
Yeah.
If something doesn't, don't force it. Like, don't
exactly
force anything, because it's just gonna feel like obvious to them that you just want something out of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can't follow them and then the next day be like, yo, link me with this artist. Like, it's just gonna feel weird.
For like three-ish years, I did everything for Tyler Yahweh. Like, I did pretty much anything under the creative scope, and at no point was I like, yo, like, I know you're signed to Post Malone, like, I need to be doing this stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I'd never crossed that boundary of forcing that relationship. I did stuff for Jay London, like his manager and stuff like that, but it all came natural. Like, I showed how my hustle was, and I would shoot anything that I was allowed to do and make videos with what I was allowed to do. So like, it never was like, yo, like, if I shoot for Tyler, can I do this? Like, no, it was like, I did everything for Tyler, and I stayed loyal in that bubble of creativity, and then stuff just started, snowballing and stuff like that.
That makes complete sense. Like, just like learning the power of like reaching out to people too, and also you got to do it in the right way. It's like, you're not gonna do it the right way the first time. Like, it's just not gonna happen. Like, you just gotta like learn like how to like communicate and be genuine and all this stuff. But like, yeah, just I love that action step, because that's like, especially for music video directors and editors, but if you're any kind of director, editor out there, I'm sure you can apply this to your industry as well. Just like reach out to the people you want to work with, but not only just them, but the people that work with them and that are close to them, and build relationships around there. Like,
yeah, dude, make stuff like whenever it snowed and my dad was out of town, I made a video because I missed him. It sounds corny, but stuff like that is like, you just make stuff, go like wander around your city, make a video about something, make a video about, I don't know, a guy at the train stop who looks cool, like make like a cool little short film or something. And then over time you start figuring out what you like shooting, how you like editing. Watch a shit ton of YouTube, dude. I watch so much YouTube. Like, shout out to Ryan Nangle, dude.
OG.
The day I meet him, bro, I'm gonna just give him all his props, because I remember DMing him a long time ago when I had shot like I think it was after the Posty video, and I was like, dude, I DM'd him so corny. I was like, bro, you inspired me to edit and everything. And he just left me on scene. I'm like, damn, that's brutal. But no, him along like many others, bro, it's just like, watch so much YouTube where it becomes a bad habit of like just studying everything, dude.
Yeah, well, there's so much to learn, right? Like, that's what's so crazy. Like, the space is just like ever evolving. You can always learn new stuff.
Dude, that's why I love what you're doing, dude. Because like, I can never get in front of camera and teach the way you do, or like stuff like that. It's like, bro, it's amazing to just be like friends with somebody that's teaching and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
It's like the more you just put yourself in the environment of what you want to do, you're gonna start getting better at it. Surround yourself around people that are like also shooting too. Like, for anybody that wants to shoot music videos, if you want to be in that space, like, be a PA, like, go help out on set, like, connect with other directors that are doing it too, like, and just help out on set, acclimate yourself to that environment, and then you'll realize that you like it. Like, when I was in nursing school, I realized I fucking hated it.
Yeah. And
I would have never imagined if I would have went through like online school and never had to do anything in person, I would have hated my life, because, but it's little things like that it's common sense. I think you just have to really like put actions to your words and like go out and do stuff.
I think that's huge, because like, I started before I did tutorials. Maybe I had like a tutorial up or whatever. I started doing music videos, and then kind of COVID like hit around that time, and then I started like just out of boredom like started teaching, and I was like, oh, you know what? I actually kind of like teaching almost a little bit more than shooting. And maybe one day I'll pick up the camera and do some music videos again, or just create some kind of content like on that side. But I genuinely have like a really like a calling towards teaching, and that's why I wanted to start up like the business side and educate people and bring on people like yourself to show other people like it's possible, how to do it, different avenue. Like, it's not a one size fits all. Like, not everyone's going to go shoot a concert and then get put in contact with a manager or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like, even just the 3 people that I've had on so far, everyone has such a different path, but they all still end up doing something like super, super sick. So like, I think it's really important to like show that there's not like, go get your degree and then this and then boom, you're going to have the job you want, or go film a concert and then boom. And it's like, everyone has their own path.
Yeah, there's nothing in specific that you need to start doing like anything in this space.
Yeah.
Maybe there's like production agencies that need some sort of like a certification of some sort of film school that you went to if you want to do like a more like technical job. But especially for music videos, dude, there's no right pathway to enter the space. And especially for me, like, it was a lot. I don't want to say lucky, because I put myself out there and I worked really hard for where I'm at. So it wasn't lucky. It's just like, I'm super blessed with the opportunity to have been able to connect with someone at a perfect time where, you know, they were opening up for someone and that artist opened up for someone. And it's just like, you just got to put yourself out there. Like, that wouldn't have happened if I just put myself out there in a humble way and a genuine, I just, you know, drove them everywhere and proved to them that, you know, I'm a decent person that can provide value to you guys' like creative needs or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I think that's exactly right. Like, not everyone's going to have the same opportunities, but if you put yourself out there long enough, you're going to get an opportunity that's going to serve you eventually.
Dude, yeah.
Like,
I think
that's one. If it wasn't the Post Malone video, it would have been something else, because you would have continued putting yourself out there and whatever. You know what I mean? That was just the one that connected for you and put you on your path.
Yeah.
But for other people, it could be whatever.
It could be anything, dude.
Yeah.
I think for me, I have no plan B. Like,
that's huge, dude.
yeah, like right now, like if I was to to like fail in this space, like I would just keep trying something else until like I get over the failure depression of it. Cause like there's been videos that I put out that I directed that I fucking hate, dude. Like, they're like my worst videos, and it's like I feel embarrassed just looking at them because of like everything that I don't know. It's just like, but the more you just like put yourself through those little tiny failures, then you get over it and you just keep shooting stuff and keep making stuff, is like, all right, eventually it's gonna be to a point where you meet more people that are tapped in with, you know, more people, and it just starts snowballing into bigger opportunities, you know?
Yeah, it's almost that compound. Like, once, like, now it's probably, like, I don't want to say easy, but it's so much easier for you to get a music video now than when you first started. Because, like, you know this commissioner, you know this artist, this friend, this manager, all this stuff. And it's like, if you really needed to, if you're like, damn, I got to pay the bills this month, like, you could probably find a music video somewhere that could do that for you. You know what I mean? Like, if it really came down to that, because you've, you know, been genuine, you put yourself in these positions, all this stuff.
Yeah, definitely, dude. I think it's a little bit easier, but I think it also matters a lot to like really uphold like a bar of like creativity. You never want to just make something just because it will like pay you. I guess you always want, like, for me, every video I do, I want to make sure that it looks good.
Yep. And
that I learned something from it that I didn't learn from any video before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like this last Key Glock video, I learned so much on set that I'm going to apply to the next video I do. And just stuff like that. Even if the video, whatever video you do, isn't as good as the one before, as long as you learn something that's like you're constantly working at, and, you know, working out this like creative muscle in your head and doing stuff like that, you're always going to keep getting better. Like there's no way to not get better if you keep doing something.
Yeah, I feel like the main takeaway from this podcast is just consistency, caring about your craft, and being genuine. Like, that's like, those are like, if you could do 3 things, like, those are like they're pretty broad, but like,
yeah,
you'll figure it out.
They're pretty broad, but it's like specific if you apply it to anything, dude. Reaching out to somebody, you know what I mean? Like, as long as you keep putting yourself out there and just consistently working on something, dude, it's you're gonna be
it's bound
big.
To happen.
Like, I know one day I'm gonna be really big in the space because I'm gonna work like relentlessly for the next 2-3 years to really get to a point where I'm single bidding on music videos. You know what I mean?
That's amazing, bro. Well, Chris, I appreciate you coming on here, spilling a bunch of game. I think this is going to be a very valuable podcast for editors and directors all around the world. So I appreciate you coming on, man.
Yeah, bro.
Thank you
Of
very
course.
much.
Thank you, dude.
Where can people go and follow you and also just support you?
Instagram, Chris Villa, just one word.
Yeah.
Or like, I guess not one word.
But it's all together. Yeah, no space. Yeah.
Yeah, just there. I mean, everywhere else is just kind of like 2 followers
Whatever.
on YouTube or whatever.
Yeah.
Just random aliases.
Cool. All right. Well, Editor Pass podcast number 3, Chris
Thank you,
Villa.
dude.
Thank you for coming on again.
Appreciate it, bro.
All right. Peace.